Hi, I'm Archi Mehta, and the name of my project was Developing an Application for the Brevard Humane Society. The goal of my project was to develop a phone application that successfully informs and connects members of my community with the Brevard Humane Society, which is a nonprofit animal shelter. This project best fits into the scientific and technical innovation global context, which is defined as exploring the impact of human activity as well as scientific and technological advancements on communities and environments. I'm developing an application that aims to provide an accessible platform for staff, volunteers, and visitors of the Brevard Humane Society. Through this platform, I can help connect and inform members of my community about the Brevard Humane Society through the use of technological advancements. In terms of research, I utilized websites and blogs that were made by professional application developers. I also did a free Swift coding course on codecademy.com. Swift is the iOS application development coding language. I used developer.apple.com and developer.android.com. They had lots of tutorials and step-by-step processes on how to create different features inside of an app. YouTube courses and tutorials with in-depth explanations on how to program different features. And lastly, I consulted my cousin Manu, who is a professional Android application developer in India. Throughout the course of the project, he gave me advice and guided me through what I should be doing. So my initial plan was to create an iOS application, and I started learning Swift in order to do this. Later on, about a month into learning Swift, I realized that this goal was unrealistic because of the complications of iOS application development. Like, even in a professional setting, it takes a team of iOS application developers to make an app, and there's no way that me, as a beginner, I would be able to do it. I consulted Manu and I decided to switch tracks to Android application development because it is a bit easier. I laid out what I wanted in the app next, and then I devised a schedule starting from the first week of December to create one screen each week for 7 weeks. So these are screenshots of my final product, an Android application. So here we have the logo and then a login with the username or username and password. So for the prototype purposes, the username is just archie@gmail.com and then the password is just 12345. When you click submit, you are brought to the home page, which contains the two adoption centers and their addresses and their hours of operation. And under that, we have a quick history of the Brevard Humane Society. You'll notice in the top left corner right here, there's 3 lines, and that's the navigation drawer button. When you click on those 3 lines, you're brought to the navigation drawer, which has a list of all the screens contained in the app. When we click the adopt button, we're brought to the adopt screen, which has a scrolling list of all the pets available for adoption at the Brevard Humane Society. So you can scroll through and we see that there's pictures of them as well as a description of each pet. And then in the top right corner, you'll notice 3 dots, and that when you click on that, you see an options menu that says adoption process. And when you click on that, you're brought to another screen that has the steps to adopt a pet as well as the requirements. The next screen is a volunteer screen. So initially, I had planned for the volunteer screen to contain a chat room in which multiple people could just chat, but this objective would be much too complicated for me because I am a beginner. So instead, what I decided to do for the prototype purposes was to just make some automated chats. So there's currently 2 automated chats. So if you type hi, hello, or hey, the app will respond with hello. And if you type how are you, it will respond with I'm good, how are you? Next, we have the services page, which just contains a list of the different services offered, as well as the prices, depending on what type of pet you have. And lastly, we have the donate page, which is just linked to the Brevard Humane Society's official website donate page. In terms of reflection, I learned and refined coding skills in Swift, Java, and Kotlin. I learned how to develop an application using Android Studio. I learned how to inquire, take risks, communicate in 2 languages because my cousin Manu speaks Gujarati, and that's my first language / my mother tongue, so I had to switch between the 2 languages quite often. I fulfilled my curiosity within the field of application development. This project encouraged me to look into application development and software engineering as potential careers because I enjoyed the process of making this app. I was personally satisfied because I was able to help my community by making this app, and I plan on continuing with app development in the future and hopefully launching this app on the App Store one day.